Working? Yeah, 2 days a week.
We're gonna call the meeting to order. You guys are gonna do that.
She will.
Yeah.
And then we'll pass over.
Thank you.
Perfect. We are fine. Our chair is unable to join us this evening, so we'll call the meeting to order at 5:31. We'll entertain a motion to appoint a chair for the meeting. The proposed motion is that Jim Hutton be appointed to chair the Committee of Adjustment meeting of September 24th, 2025. Do we have a mover? And a seconder? All in favor? Jim, you have the chairship.
Thank you very much, staff, committee, and members of the public. Welcome to our Committee of Adjustment meeting. Item number 2 is the approval of the agenda. And the motion is that the agenda for Committee of Adjustment meeting of Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 be approved as presented. Do I have a mover and a seconder? Thank you, Craig and Louis. All in favor? Thank you. Item number 3 on the agenda is declaration of interest. Are there any declarations of interest? Thank you, committee. Item number 4 are the minutes. The minutes are from the meeting held May 28th, 2025. The motion is item number 4 to approve the minutes of previous meeting held on May 28th, 2025. The recommendation reads that Committee of Adjustment minutes dated May 28th, 2025 be accepted as presented. Do I have a mover and a seconder? Louis and Craig, thank you. All in favor? Sorry, I should have, before we moved, taken that vote. Is there any discussion on those minutes?
No, I don't have any problems.
Okay. And then I'll call the question. All in favor? Thank you. Motion's carried. Item number 5 is agenda item 5.1. It is a staff report to the Committee of Adjustment 07-2025 minor variance application for 735 Duke Street, 735 Duke Street. I'll go through and read the entire highlighted area. Okay, thank you. Item number 5.1 is a recommendation that the Committee of Adjustment approve the following minor variance and reads as follows. The Committee of Adjustment approve minor variance application MV 2025-007 for the property municipally addressed as 735 Duke Street, requesting relief from the provisions of the low density residential, that's the R1 zone of zoning bylaw 09-2009 to reduce the minimum front yard setback and the minimum side yard setback to permit the construction of an 18.5 square meter carport over a portion of the existing driveway on that property. The requested variances to bylaw 09-2009 are as follows. 1, section 5.42 brackets A, minimum front yard, a reduction in the minimum front yard setback from the normally required 6 meters to 3 meters. Section 4.3.4 brackets H brackets I, a reduction in the minimum interior side yard on one side of the property setback from 2.5 meters to 0.6 meters from the southern lot line. So the requirement is normally 2.4 meters. The proposed reduction is to 0.6 meters from the southern lot line. The recommendation is the following conditions are recommended if it's approved. 1, that the committee's decision is based on the approved concept sketch attached to the notice of decision. Any minor revisions to the plan must comply with the general intent of the proposal, comply with the approved variances, and all other requirements of the zoning bylaw. Any alterations or revisions which are considered major and no longer meet the general intent of the approved plan may be required to undergo additional approval. Condition number 2, that the owner/applicant shall provide the building department with a copy of the notice of decision and the approved concept plan. Concept plan drawing attached to the notice as part of the building permit application submission. And number 3, that the owner/applicant shall ensure the roof drainage and eave troughs from the carport be directed to the front or rear, and the drainage does not adversely impact abutting properties. For discussion purposes, do I have a mover and a seconder for that recommendation? Thank you. Now, I believe Tim Fisher is going to join us. He is our municipal planner, and he will speak to the report. He'll join us virtually.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Tim.
Perfect. Okay. So this is a minor variance to reduce the front yard setback and the rear yard setback for a proposed carport, which is going to be located on the south side of the dwelling. The property is designated residential in the official plan and zoned as low density residential R1 zone in our zoning bylaw, which is the same zone on the within the neighborhood and on the abutting lots as well. In regards to the 4 tests of a minor variance, we have to ensure that the variance is minor in nature. The proposal is desirable and appropriate development for the use of the land. It maintains the general intent of the official plan and maintains the general intent of the zoning bylaw. So I'll just go through that once. So on the next application, we don't have to go through that. So in regards to this proposal, we worked with the applicant to come up with a plan and setbacks that could accommodate a carport or some sort of covering in order to keep her car out of the elements. We are looking to support a 2-foot or 0.6 meter setback for the side yard, which would accommodate location of eaves and eaves troughs and ensure that that would not encroach into the neighboring property. And the reduction in the front yard setback, the projection of the carport would project out roughly to the same point of where the walkway is on the existing house. The reduction in the front yard setback would not interfere with existing parking on the property right now. It would actually still provide 1 parking space within the carport and another parking space which is partially on her property and partially on the road allowance, which is not the travel portion of the road. So so it can still accommodate 2 parking spaces here. So so in regards to the neighborhood, we took a look around at what was existing and if there were any other similar projections, and what we can see along Duke Street was there was a garage that actually protruded from the house, almost similar to what is being proposed here. And another projection, which was a couple houses down, which was a covered porch. So there has been some projections within the neighborhood so what they're proposing is in keeping with the existing development. So when we're looking at the 4 tests, does it meet the general intent of the official plan? Yes, it does. It still maintains the residential character and the intent of the residential development. The residential development on the property is not being changed. It's actually going to provide the owner with covered parking, secured covered parking here. Does the application maintain the general intent of the bylaw? Based on our opinion, yes, it does. The front yard setback, it will still keep the buildings roughly in line with the existing development in the neighborhood. There wouldn't be creating any new projections that would cause any new traffic issues or sightline issues or be out of the ordinary of what's already existing. Again, the front yard setback, that's more or less put into place to ensure that a parking space can be situated on the property before it hits a structure. And in this case, it will comply with that. And like I said, it is in line with existing development. The interior side yard setback, there's a few reasons why we have that, but in this case, it's to ensure that drainage is being protected, and there is some separation between obviously the two uses on the subject property and also on the neighboring property. Drainage, we feel, will be addressed by having the eaves troughs, or at least the roof design to drain from front to back instead of off to the side. And as a condition, we have asked that eaves troughs be located to the front or back and not to the side closest to the neighbor, to ensure that there's no potential drainage issues. If there are drainage issues at a later date in regards to eaves troughs being pointed in the wrong direction, on a complaint-driven basis, we will go out and ensure that they're pointed correctly. So is the application minor in nature? We do feel that the projection is minor. It is in keeping with the existing development in the area. Is it appropriate and desirable development? We feel yes, it is. We again feel that it's in keeping with the existing development in the area, and it does give flexibility to the owner to provide covered parking on a irregular shaped lot. So notification was provided by mailing to 33 property owners who fell within the 60-meter radius. And public signage was posted on the property as well. The applicant has provided a concept sketch and elevation details, and planning staff recommends approval of the proposed variance based on our conditions. I leave this in your hands.
Thank you very much, Tim. Now I will ask the committee first if you have any comments or discussions on the proposed variance and or the planning report that was presented.
Well, I was there last night and it looks good to me. I can't see any problem with the development at all.
Okay, thanks, Craig. Okay, thanks, Louis. Is the applicant present, and would the applicant wish to speak to the application?
I am present, but I don't really have anything to add.
Okay, thanks very much. Are there any members of the public present to speak to this application? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. Now, committee, the planner has indicated that the minor variance meets the 4 tests as required by the Planning Act for the committee to consider. So I will now call a question for the recommendation. All in favor? Thank you very much. Motion is carried. Okay, we'll go on to item 5.2 on our agenda. It's a recommendation that the Committee of Adjustment approve the following minor variance. And it reads as follows, that the Committee of Adjustment approve minor variance application MV 2025-008 for the property with a civic address of 424 Wood Street East to obtain relief from the provisions of zoning bylaw number 09/2009 to increase the maximum fence height allowed in the side and rear yards and to address the grading change at the northeast corner of the property. So the fencing is to address the grading change at the northeast corner of the property. The requested variance to zoning bylaw 09/2009 is as follows. Item 1, section 4.12 brackets A brackets 1, residential fences. The requirement that the way the bylaw reads now, the maximum height of a fence along the interior side or rear lot line shall be 2 meters or 6.5 feet, measured from the average grade. The requested variance is as follows. The maximum height of a fence along the interior side or rear yard lot line shall be 2.5 meters or 8 feet. And this would be subject to the following conditions: that the committee's decision is based on the approved concept sketch attached to the notice of decision. Any minor revisions to the plan must comply with the general intent of the proposal, comply with the approved variances and all other requirements of the zoning bylaw. Any alterations or revisions which are considered major and no longer meet the general intent of the approved plan may be required to undergo additional approval. From the committee, do I have a mover and a seconder for discussion purposes? Thank you. I will now ask Mr. Fisher, again, our municipal planner, to speak to the report. Mr. Fisher, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is a minor variance application in regards to a fence that the owner would like a slight increase to the maximum height requirement. This would only be applied to a 28-foot portion along the rear lot line and approximately an 18-foot portion within the side lot line. And this is just to accommodate a drop in elevation. And what the increased height will do is level off the fence, so that corner would not look like it's totally dropped if they had to keep with a 6.5-foot fence here. So again, the property is located in a residential area. It's surrounded by single detached dwellings. This particular property does have quite a bit of vegetation along the property lines. The fencing would not have any negative, or would not appear to have any negative impacts on adjacent neighbors because of the added vegetation along the property lines. So the property is designated as residential in our official plan. It's zoned low density residential R1 zone, and so are the adjacent lots as well. Again, the minor variance is required to meet the 4 tests, which I've previously gone through. And in regards to the official plan, similar to the other application, it's residential. The proposal is not changing the use, and the fence is accessory to the residential use and will provide secure fencing and for the owner on the lot. So it is in keeping with the intent of the official plan here. Does the application maintain the general intent of the purpose of the zoning bylaw? In regards to the fence itself is required to be 6.5 feet in maximum height. However, we have addressed requests to increase the height requirement to address either grade scenarios or special impacts or screening from adjacent neighbors, that sort of thing. So this is quite common that we've seen in the past. And also in regards to the fence heights, the town will be looking at updating our zoning bylaw shortly. And this would be one of the requirements that, or one of the provisions that we will be addressing as well too, and possibly changing the maximum height requirement here. So it is in line with our vision in regards to fencing. Is the application minor in nature? Yes, we feel that it is minor. It's not going to create any negative impacts on the abutting lands. It's not going to have any impacts on the streetscape or, the continued use of their property or the adjacent properties. And is it an appropriate and desirable development? Yes, in regards to it only being applied to that corner. And it's only to address the changes in grade. The remainder of the fencing on the property is going to be maintained at 6.5 feet. So the variance is only going to be located just in that one corner. And visually, you would not see a difference in regards to the fence height itself. It would give a visual pleasant look at the top. It would give a consistent look. So in regards to notice, we sent out notice 10 days prior to the meeting to 29 property owners who fell within 60-meter radius of the property. Signage was posted on the property as well too. And the applicant provided a concept sketch showing where the location of the fencing would be. Planning staff recommends approval of the minor variance subject to our conditions, and I will leave it in your hands.
Thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate that. For committee, is there any discussion on the application itself or Mr. Fisher's report? Go
I
ahead,
was
Craig.
there last night when I went to see the other place. This is the third one this year that we've had with the height thing, and it's going to make the place look a lot nicer, and it's going to be even, and it's certainly not going to restrict the sight line any at all. So I think it's a great idea.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Craig. Appreciate it. Is the applicant, or I'm going to say, are the applicants present, and do you wish to speak to the application? No. Well, thank you very much. Are there any members of the public present that wish to speak to the application? Okay, thank you. Now, you've heard the report from Mr. Fisher committee that it meets the 4 tests. We're required to consider that. I'll now call the question. All in favor of the recommendation? Thank you very much. The motion is carried. Okay, so those are our 2 reports that we need to deal with today. Item 6 on our agenda is new business. Does anybody have any new business to bring forward? No. Okay, seeing none, thank you. On item number 7 is period for media questions. Is there any media present for questions? I do not see any. And item number 8 is adjournment. I have a recommendation that the Committee of Adjustment meeting adjourn. The time is 6:52. Do I have a mover and a seconder for that motion? Sorry, I can turn that over to Chloe. Pardon me?
5:52.
Yes, thank you very much for that. I'm just a little ahead of myself. 5:52. I must have been hungry or something. Thank you. Did I have a mover and a seconder? Thanks very much. All in favor? And that is carried. So thanks very much, staff, committee, and thanks to the members of the public for coming out tonight, and good luck with your applications.